Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quincy Park in Arlington, Virginia for some high school girls tennis. This afternoon, the Washington Lee Generals are hosting their cross-county rivals, the Yorktown Patriots. The Generals are sending Lydia Mathews and Vida Vousoghian out to face Summer Williams and Mila Sampson. We've gotten through the singles part of the match today, and all of the courts are filled with doubles here on court 3. You see the match. Meanwhile, on the nearby courts, Britt Grados and Eleanor Doolittle from Washington Lee are teaming up to take on Valerie Marshall and Sophie Sampson from Yorktown, while Vivienne Wooldridge and Maggie Coffey, also from Washington Lee, are taking on Rebecca Joskow and Isabel Tate for the Patriots. And both teams have a number of players competing in exhibition matches, giving some of the younger players, underclassmen, an opportunity to get out on the court. So with Mathews and Vousoghian serving here in the first game of this match, trouble on the first serve of that point, but that second serve is good. And a nice rally. Again, a point for the Patriots. And Williams comes to the net and is able to pick up a point for the Patriots. All right, the Patriots have picked up the first game of the match, and we're on to the second game now. The teams switch sides, and Yorktown is serving. An early double fault for Sampson. And that serve also goes long. And the return from the net is long, so we're tied here in the second game. Not a lot of sunshine this afternoon for tennis, and it's a bit of a cool afternoon. It's typical late March weather. I think these schools have had, like the area, have had a relatively mild winter without a lot of snow, so some of these players probably are able to get out and work on their game a little bit more than usual. But this past week, we had the late season snow, which caused some tennis matches to be postponed and obviously wreaked havoc on a practice schedule. And Washington Lee rushing the net, but unable to complete the return, so. And we're grabbing an errant ball. I apologize, our camera placement doesn't really give the coverage to the lower right corner. And that is the second game now going to the Yorktown Patriots. So the Patriots are up 2-0. And Vida Vousoghian will have to serve in the lower right corner. Our camera placement is not ideal. We're not quite getting that good coverage of that corner. So she's serving from about half of, you can see about half the serve. And good net play by Summer Williams picks up the point for Yorktown. Serve a little wide, so the second serve now. And that point goes long. When players are serving in the near court, from our camera angle, you can see a little bit of Vida Vousoghian serving. Some of them will be sometimes they'll be completely off frame. There was a little bit of a delay in getting the doubles going. They have to basically wait for courts to clear, so all 4 players in this doubles match may have cooled down a little bit from their singles match. Yorktown takes a 3-0 lead. All right, Williams to serve. Return goes deep. And we have a rally going. And a nice backhand from Summer Williams. Picks up the point for Yorktown. Now there's a serve where Williams will be serving completely off screen and then come into frame after the serve probably. We are filming with a fixed camera that is somewhat inaccessible during the match and not really able to adjust it. But that gives us the angle where we can see almost all the action on the court. And a nice drop shot. So point goes to the Generals. That will be wide. The serve from Williams' first serve was a fault, so here's her second serve. Another good backhand from Summer Williams for another point for Yorktown. And that's the game for Yorktown. So now you're up now 4-0. And Washington Lee is serving, trying to pick up their first game of the match. A little bit of wind today, not much, not really affecting the tennis. I think it's more the cool temperatures can make it hard to stay warm while you're playing. Quick volley at the net ends in a point for the Patriots. So far in the match, Washington Lee has been hitting strokes back to the baseline, not allowing Yorktown to play very often from the net. But at the last point, Williams was able to control it and win the point with a good volley. Sampson back to receive, a short serve, and the return is short, so a point for the Generals. Mathews now serving and trying to climb back and pick up a game for Washington Lee. And a nice shot by Vousoghian at the net. Now Williams will be back to serve. Williams will be back to receive. Mathews is serving. And that will be long, so a forehand from Williams prompts a long return from Washington Lee. And a point for the Patriots. And a point for Yorktown. And here's the second serve from Mathews. And it is long. And that is another game for Yorktown Patriots. All right, continuing down, Yorktown. Doubles team of Summer Williams and Mila Sampson, leading 5-0 over the Washington Lee team of Lydia Mathews and Vida Vousoghian. And that attempt at a volley by Williams comes up short, point for the Generals. Nice return by Mila Sampson. Took a little something off it, made it hard to handle. And there's a let. And some nice net play. Good little volley there, and the point goes to the Washington Lee Generals. All right, another first service fault. And that return is wide, though, so the point goes to the Patriots. And that's long, so another point for the Patriots. Now, either side having a lot of consistency with their serve so far in the match. But the Patriots have been able to win on some forehands and backhands and are sitting on a 5-0 lead right now.
There you go, Vida.
All right, so they're ahead and trying to hold and pick up a game, the Generals. Patriots at the net. And I think that went long, so another point for Yorktown. There's that serve from off screen. Talked about earlier with the camera placement. And a double fault puts Yorktown up 40-30 here in the 7th game. And that serve is wide, so we'll get a second serve. And another wide return, so let's take a look at what's going on in the other courts. And we are back to our featured doubles match with the Patriots holding a 7-0 lead. High school teams play to a pro set of 10 games. And with Summer Williams serving. Washington Lee doing a good job of taking it back to the baseline. But Sampson able to get that to play at the net and score the point off it. And that's the 8th game for the Yorktown Patriots, so they've got an 8-0 lead now. And Washington Lee serving, hoping to hold and pick up the game. Nice rally just then, but the point ends up with the Patriots. And a long return from Yorktown. So we haven't seen much of that in the match with both Yorktown players approaching the net. They were able to do that on that exchange and pick up the point. And the serve was wide, so we'll get a second serve now. And that return was long, so a point for the Generals. First serve was fault, so we'll second serve here. And some nice spin from Summer Williams. All right, Patriots up 9-0. And a double fault from Sampson. And another long serve. And the play at the net from Williams comes up short, so another point for the Generals. As I mentioned before, neither side having a lot of consistency with their serves, but Yorktown able to get some good power forehand, some good backhands, and they're sitting on a 9-0 lead. And there's a let, so. So Sampson struggling with her serve in this game. And we'll get another second serve from her. So Mathews, great play in the forecourt, wins the point for the Generals. Quick volley, and Washington picks up the point. And a good return from Williams. So Washington mixes up the pace on that last rally, and they pick up their first game of the match. Breaking serve. So they trail now 1-9. And Vida Vousoghian will be serving now. Mathews playing back by the baseline. First serve was long. And a nice return from Lydia Mathews. Williams can't handle it at the net. So Washington Lee takes the lead here in the game. Still down 1-9. Another long serve, another long first serve. And that looked long, so Sampson almost got caught off guard, being too close to the net, but the return went long. And that's a wide serve, so Vousoghian serving her second serve. And a nice long return that Sampson can't catch up with. Williams couldn't reach and Sampson couldn't catch it. And another wide first serve. And that's long. So with the match at 9-1 in favor of Yorktown, Washington Lee serving, we are tied at and Washington Lee takes the lead in the game. Williams can't come up with the volley at the net. And we're back to a tie. Most of the game, Washington Lee has been sending the returns back to the baseline and not giving Williams or Sampson a chance to volley much. When they have, Yorktown has scored some good points off that net play. But they come a little short there. And add in for the Generals. And a spinning soft return from the Patriots gets us back to deuce. Williams has been using her backhand very effectively at times in the match today. And with add out, that brings us to match point with the Patriots up 9-1. And the power return can't be handled. Yorktown wins the match, 10-1. Thanks for watching.